We're going to solve this linear equation with one variable in it, number 2. And if you look at the steps again, either page 84, you can look at your textbook, or like I kind of summarize it with my own terms. Step 1, clear the fractions and decimals. Obviously, we don't have any fractions or decimals. We don't have to worry about that, step 1. Step 2 says use the distributive property to remove the parentheses. We don't have a parentheses. Hallelujah. So we don't have to worry about that part also. And step 3, combine the like terms. I think we just have to worry about that because on the left side of the equation, if you notice, right there, we have like terms because that's the variable on the both of them on the left side. And that's the constant and that's the constant. So both of them, we can combine them. To combine the like terms, okay, I don't mean to make an assumption, but if you are in this class, you should know how to combine the like terms. But let me rephrase it again. When you combine the like terms in here, you're going to deal with the coefficients, kind of like -5 plus -6. So -5 plus -6 will be -11. Kind of give me $5, then give me $6 more. See what happens. You gave me what? $11, right? So you're just going to deal with the coefficients, which is -11x. So if I try to rewrite that, that's going to be -11x. And I'm going to combine the constant to constant, +2, -8. Again, you are allowed to use calculator, but +2, -8 is going to be -6 is equal to 8. Okay. So combining like terms, this is what? Step 3 is done. And what's step 4? Step 4 tells us that we need to keep the variables on one side and the constants on the other side. So that's the variable, that's the constant, that's equal sign, and that's the constant. So my goal is here, obviously, move that c to the other side, right-hand side of the equation. So how am I going to do that? We're going to use the addition property of the equality. And actually, I didn't use that technical term. We're going to use the additive inverse. Additive inverse means is other way to say opposite of it. Opposite is +6. What's the opposite of -6? Is the +6. If you add -6 and +6, what happens? Disappears. Yeah, disappears, right? Good. All right. Sorry, you guys can hear me, right? Okay. I just want to make sure. I think I pressed the button. So I add 6 to both sides. All right. So that's going to be -11x is equal to 14. Yay, these two cancels each other. What's left from here? Just -11x is equal to 14. And to solve, I am done with the step 4. I should use the same color. I think step 4, right? Move the variable. Yeah, step 4. I mean, you can make it more steps than 6 if you want. Just, depends how you read it. There are some textbooks, they do everything in 5 steps. Then the step 5 is what? Isolate the variable. Where is the variable? This is my target right there. I need to isolate that guy. How am I going to do that? Well, I need to get rid of the -11. Look at the -11, how it's attached to x with the multiplication. So I'm going to do the opposite of it, which is division. I'm going to divide both sides by -11. All right. Therefore, it's kind of like, you see one thing, since I'm doing the 2 lectures for one class, that's why I'm confused. I don't know if I mentioned that there's no such thing as a division yesterday. Did I? Or my other class, I did. I remember I did. So there's no such thing as a division because every division is technically a multiplication. So let me show you in slow motion. You don't have to write it down. This is -11x is equal to 14. I am multiplying both sides by -1/11 times -1/11, mathematically speaking. That's same as I'm dividing both sides by 11. Because the way we multiply the fractions, you're going to multiply the numerator to numerator, denominator to, there's invisible denominator here, 1 denominator. So that's the story actually, okay? And let's continue in here. That's going to be then x is equal to negative 14 over 11. And that's the answer. Oh, did I check? No, I didn't check. I checked with my, I don't know if you guys watched the video. At the end of the video, I checked the answer. It works. In this one, I'm going to skip to save the time. Okay. It works. All right. Any question? Remember, you can feel free to interrupt me anytime you want, because you don't ask question, I keep moving forward. Okay. Please don't be shy.
Yes.
Ask question. Yes.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello, Juanita.
Hello. So yesterday I was doing my homework, and then I did the quiz, but unfortunately I didn't get a good grade. But I think it's because I wasn't putting the negative sign properly. Because I would like do the answers, and I'll get like the denominator negative, but I would forget to put the negative sign before I would put like the fraction answer. Um, so to put that type of answer in the like on our quizzes and our homework, we have to put the negative sign first and then the numbers.
I need to see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can you take a picture of it or just send me email? Remind me.
Yeah, I'll just I'll go back to it. Yeah, and then I'll send it to you.
Okay, email me on that. By the way, remember what I said, like, if your answer is like that, which is the same as negative 4 over 5, which is the same as negative 4 over 5, like you see the flexibility of the negative sign?
Yeah.
I mean, if the MyMathLab consider only this is the right answer, not these two, personally, something is wrong with that. It's because mathematically speaking, all three is the right. I'm just saying, like this one, I will say you have no taste of math. Don't get me wrong. I mean, because all three is the right answer. Yeah, you can. We just don't write it that way. It just like, again, it's the mathematical fashion. You know. Anyway, like I need to look at it. If MyMathLab somehow that software considered these two to be a wrong answer, oh my God, I need to find a good lawyer.
I'm pretty sure I've used MyMathLab before, and you can't. It will only accept that middle one.
It won't accept the middle one. It will accept.
It will only accept the middle one. I've had MyMathLab before in classes, and I think as an instructor, there's an ability for you to go in and add like extra answers that are correct. So you could theoretically go in and put, I don't know that for sure, but I think you can edit the answers and say, like, if you wanted to accept a different answer, you can add those in somehow. But like from its base, setting, it will only accept the one with, so you have to actually put like the negative space and then your fraction.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Me too. I mean, you say it's a little bit technical, like I have to get into the question and I have to change there because it's created by the computer. I don't really literally write those questions down. I choose them from the test bank because it takes a lot of quite time to write those questions down. It's not easy. I'll look at it. Juanita, send me the picture of it.
All right. Okay? Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for ruining my lecture.
No worries.
Thank you, Michael. All right, let's continue. Number 3, yeehaw. Now we have parentheses. You don't have decimal and fraction still. You don't have decimal and fraction, but we have parentheses. Number 2, let's clear the parentheses. The first parenthesis stays as it is. And the second parenthesis, there's invisible 1 in here, like always. All right, there are the ghosts of the mathematics. They are invisible, but they're there. We know they're there. So I need to distribute the negative 1 inside the parentheses. So be careful. It's a common mistake. Let me show you the mistake first. Students are rewriting this like follows. You see the mistake in here? Right there. I didn't distribute the negative. I simply dropped the parentheses down. But everything in here will be subtracted. So that is a way wrong way to do the problem. That's just gone. Do not clear the parentheses properly means that whatever the coefficients in front of it, you have to distribute it inside. And if you don't do that, it's gone. So that's wrong. Okay. It's very common though. Everybody does that, or pretty much. Every time I give the exam, like students, they simply drop the parentheses directly without distributing. So that will turns out to be negative x, and good morning, negative 2. Thank you. All right, what's that? Step what? Step 2, done. Step 3, combine like terms. Yeehaw. You see the like terms in here? Yes, I see the like terms. X minus x. What is x minus x?
Hmm? Professor, I got a question about this.
Yes.
Step 2. Why was it that you just dropped negative, why is it that you dropped x minus 8, but you solved the x plus 2?
Good question. Because x minus 8 has a numerical factor in front of it, 1. If I distribute the 1 inside, everything will stay same. Because any number multiplied by 1, what happens? Stays same. That's why.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good question. That's why I'm doing the live lectures. So x and x, what happens? Let me write my answer like this. Look, I just write it here. Did you see it? You didn't see it. I write something on the screen. Did you see it? Juanita, did you see it? You didn't? Let me erase it so you can see it. Now you see it. Yay. I'm David Copperfield, math version. See? I can make things disappear. Did I say right? David Copperfield? No, David Copperfield, that's the singer, right? From Whitesnake. David Copperfield was the magician or something? Whatever. Okay, never mind. Sorry, my ignorance. X and x is gone, which is 0x, which is, I don't even have to write it down. So how about the negative 8 minus 2? Grab a calculator.
Negative 10.
Negative 10. Yay, negative 10 is equal to 9x. How am I going to solve for x? Divide both sides by
9.
9. I see you guys speak German. Negative 10 over 9. Yay. That's the answer. You want to check? Who wants to check the answer? Who wants to check the answer? Who?
I know, because I was checking them, but I just never found out how to check the, like, fractions.
Fractions? Ah, fraction. This is a fraction. Why we have that boundaries, like fractions? I don't like fractions. Do you guys had some trauma or something back in high school or middle school? Why?
Scared me.
There, you guys, next chapter, I don't like word problems. I even had a student who didn't even try to do the word problems. I mean, at least give a shot. It's in English. You always claim you're bad at math, you're good at English. There you go, it's English. Contradicting yourself for that student. I mean, anyway, sorry. Oh, I understand, Juanita. I'm sorry. Yeah, ew. What's that? Ew. All right, let's do it. This is not a Starbucks. Well, grab your calculator, calculate that if you want, but I'll tell you what, how you subtract the fractions, you have to make the same denominator first. So that's negative 10 over 9. That's, I'm going to multiply both sides by 9, 999, negative 10 minus 72 over 9, which is negative 82 over 9. I did fast, I'm sorry. Do not ask how to add the fractions. I'm not going to explain that. Ouchie. God bless Khan Academy. This is the first parenthesis. How about the second parenthesis? But don't forget, you subtract in these two parentheses. Similar, negative 10 over 9 plus 2 over 1. Actually, I'm explaining how to add or subtract the fractions at the same time. I'm just not going slow. Multiply the top and bottom by 9. So that will be negative 10 over 9 plus 18 over 9. And let's add them together. That's going to be what? 8 over 9? Yep. The first parenthesis, second parenthesis, but be careful, you subtracting them. So negative 82 minus 8, because the denominators are same, yay. Okay, negative 82 minus 8 is what? Negative 90 over 9, which is negative 10. Is that negative 10? Hell yeah, because this is 9 over 1. When you multiply, this numerator and denominator will cancel each other because 9 divided by 9 is 1, and it's going to be negative 10. That's touchdown, baby. Cool?
Yes,
Cool.
thank you.
You are welcome. Can I erase this? Check. Oh my God, it's fractions. Just kidding. I mean, so here's you're gonna see it. So my suggestion, um, do some psychological thing in your brain, tell yourself and drop that attitude, because that's not gonna help you. That's just always gonna be there. You keep saying that fraction, you're gonna see the fraction. Look at the bright side. You are allowed to use calculator. Then use the, how to say, legal way of cheating. Create a way to find a way how to use the calculator. By the way, I don't suggest you to use the cell phone's calculator. Just get a scientific calculator, Texas Instrument. There's one of them, like $10. You can buy it from Target or Walmart if you can find open Target. You can buy it from there. So, and it's a pretty good one because you write the fractions. Sometimes it simplifies for you. You don't even have to worry about it. Yeah, you write the decimal, you press the button, it makes a fraction. Anyway. Alrighty. Should I erase that? Hold on. No. Yeah. Let's not do that. No. Number 4. Fractions. Lock and load. Step 1. We keep skipping step 1 since the beginning. How are we gonna do that? Well, to get rid of the fraction, what I mean get rid of, this is an equation, remember. Whatever you do it on the one side, you also have to do it on the other side. Then you're gonna look for the new term called LCD, least common denominator. And least common denominator is here 12, but why is 12? Is it just multiplying the denominators? Well, you know what? If you have a fraction problem and you're looking for a least common denominator, simply multiplying the fraction is not going to give you the least common denominator, but it's going to give you the common denominator sometimes. So in this case, we are lucky. 3 times 4 also gives us the least common denominator. The quick way to find the least common denominator is this. I mean, there are so many ways. You Google it, LCD, onto Google. You'll see tons of websites, tons of different ways to find the LCD. Everybody claims, you know, they have the easiest way. Personally, it just, from my perspective, that's personal reference. I mean, it might be easy for you, it might be difficult for somebody else. So, prime factorization of 3 is just 3. Prime factorization of 4 is just 2 times 2. So do you see anything common between those two? No, just take them all. That's it. 2 times 2 times 3, which is 12. So by the multiplication property of equality, it is legal to multiply, be careful, both sides of the equation by 12. And if I multiply both sides of the equation by 12, other way to say, if I multiply every single term by 12, that's legal thing. Be careful, this is only in the equation, not in expression. You cannot get rid of anything on the expression, because that's another common mistake. You may do that later on when we cover the rational expressions or equations. Chapter, I don't know, what is that, 6? Yeah. So x over 3 times 12 over 1. X over 4 times. You notice that how I write the 12? 12 over 1. 6 times 12 over 1. Yeah. I write the 12 as a 12 over 1 to show you that's a fraction. The whole idea is here, if you simplify that, these 12 and 3 is going to simplify each other. 12 divided by 3 is 4x. And this 12 and 4 is simplify each other, okay? And that's going to be 3x. And as you know, 6 times 12 is what? 72. But don't forget you're subtracting this to carry the sign with you. Okay, this sign with you. I'm just rewriting the previous step by simplifying. The whole idea of the multiplying 12 both sides is get rid of the fractions, period. Okay, therefore this is going to be the x is equal to 72 and touchdown baby. This is the answer. And you want to check? Sure. This is easier to check. 72 over 3 minus 72 over 4. Is that equal to 6? What do you say? 72 over 3 is 24. I don't know. Use the calculator. I don't have it. 24. 72 over 4 is 18. 24 minus 18 is 6. Just say yes. Okay, good. Thank you. Yay. Oh my God. Uno más. You want to do that? All right. You guys missed the best part, huh? Sorry. So LCD 6. So that's going to be 1 over 2 times 6 over 1 minus x over 3 times 6 over 1 and is equal to 11 over 6 times 6 over 1. Yay, that's it. Now let's simplify that, which is 3. Let's simplify this one, which is 2x, because 6 and 3 simplifies, that's 2. 2 times x is 2x. And here, the 6 and 6 simplification is equal to 11. So now my new equation is 3 minus 2x is equal to 11. That's way easier now. Now let's take a look. I got 4 and negative 4, which I like that because there must be a mistake somewhere, sign mistake. What I'm going to do is I'm going to solve for the variables, x, right? This is my target. First, I need to move all the constants to the other side, which I will subtract 3 from both sides. So that will be now, if I rewrite that, look, rewriting is important, really. Rewriting. It's all about rewriting. Because you do something, it's changing. You're changing the equation, you have to rewrite it. Now, when you're going to carry it to the next level, what's left on the left side of the equation is just negative 2x. Maybe that's the part you didn't carry. A lot of students, they just write this part as a 2x. They don't see this negative sign right there, which is important. And on the other side, 11 minus 3 is 8. And now all I got to do is just divide both sides by what? Negative 2. Negative 2. Therefore, x is equal to negative 4. By the way, even though if you come up with the wrong answer, like x is equal to 4 or 1, doesn't matter, but make sure you check your answer. Plug it into the original one and check. Okay? Work on that part. Remember, your quizzes will be timed. I give you more than enough, to be honest. Like every time you take the quiz, there's a time, but technically, computer tells me that quiz is designed for, let's say, 30 minutes. I give you at least 45 minutes or 1 hour. I think I give you always extra time. So another part is when you take the quizzes, make sure you are isolated. Make sure that nothing interrupts you because you have 2 shots. Yes. By the way, yes, you have 2 shots. Who was that? Juanita, you took the exam, right? The quiz, right?
Yeah, I took the quiz, but I got a bad grade. So
you can take it again. You know that, right?
Yes, I will definitely.
Okay. But make sure you send me that picture, okay? I'll get my attention which problem that is. I'm going to look at your quiz. Okay. That bothers me. It's not supposed to.
I have a question.
Yes, Carolina.
Do you give partial credit, or if it's wrong, it's wrong?
No, that's the thing. If that's the, if something is shaky, take the picture of it, email me, get my attention. Well, I have, unfortunately, 80 students, 80 of you send me, take a picture and say, oh my God, that's going to kill me. But yeah, I'll give you partial credit for that. It happened before. So many times I give them partial credit because it happened last semester. Students forget to put the parentheses around the ordered pair. Well, if that happens a lot, then I kind of refuse it, of course. You have to pay attention. But if that happens once or twice, that's accident. I understand that, and I fix it for you. It's called customer service, and I give a better customer service than Costco. Is this part recorded? Oh my God, I should be careful what I'm saying. All right. Number 6.
14.
Yeah, Briella say if you are having a continuous issues, yeah, bring it to the session. And again, when you're doing the homework or quizzes, just be careful. There's instructions below that in each question how you're supposed to enter the answers. So, and anyway, number 6 is 14. Who said that?
I do.
You do. Who are you?
Ruby.
Ruby. What is the LCD?
12.
Oh, look. Yeah, it's like you can wrap Ruby LCD. Nice. LCD is 12. Yeah, you want to do the same thing. What's the multiples of 2? Oh, hold on. It's not 12. Ruby.
Yeah, I was like, what? Because technically you have to find the common denominator of the fraction.
Yeah. Okay. Someone, you got coffee or something? I got coffee. Sorry, Ruby, you got me. I was like, I jumped into, yeah, it's 12. By the way, hey, you know what? Ruby, I'll tell you this. 12 wouldn't be LCD, but will be CD. And by using 12, as long as you do rest of the mathematics right, you still come up with the right answer. Did you know that? You just have to, you make your question more bulky, like bigger. So you have to simplify a lot at the end. You can come up with the right answer. That happened in one of my exam. The similar situation like this, the student come out with the wrong LCD, but he did everything else right and come up with the right answer. So that's where I act like a god. Should I take the points off or not? I love my job. I didn't. I gave him full credit because that happens. You know, you say 12 and I jump into it like, oh yeah, it is 12. 6. So that's going to be 2x minus 1 over 6 times what? 6 over 1. Remember, look, this is a one piece, like one chunk, like 2x minus 1. Plus everything will be multiplied by 6, not just the fractions. X times what? 6. Yeah, don't forget that. Balance. Everything. The right side of the equation, you have two terms. The first term is 2x plus 1 divided by 2. Second term is 4. And both of them will be multiplied by 6. Sorry. 4 times 6. Is 6 going to cancel each other? What's left from this term? 2x minus 1. Well, that's kind of like LOL, duh, 6x. I don't know how to simplify that. There's no way you can miss that, right? And 6 and 2 simplifies each other. That's 3. That's 3 times 2x plus 1. And this part is 24. Yay, I'm going to continue here. Now, my problem is, let me rewrite them. I'm going to continue from here. Do you have a fraction? No. Good. Oh, one thing is you have a parenthesis. You have to clear the parenthesis. How are we going to clear the parenthesis? Distribute the parenthesis inside. So that turns out to be 6x plus 3 plus 24. Okay. And combine the like terms. Okay. I'm not writing next to it like what steps. You can take more notes if you want. You can write down next to it combine like terms. That will be 2x plus 6x is 8x minus 1. Are you guys following? Let me know if I go fast. And yes. This part is 27. Okay. Now it's getting better. Okay. And I'm going to move things around. So that's, well, remember what I said, I try to move the again, suggestions, not a rule, smaller variable to the other side. So a smaller variable here is the 6x. So that means I subtract 6x from both sides. I can, okay? Therefore, that's going to be 2x minus 1, and these 2 is gone. What's left in here? 27. Then I need to move the constant, all the constants to other side by adding 1 to both sides of the equation. So, and that turns out to be 2x, these 2 is gone. What's left on the left-hand side is just 2x is equal to 28. And by dividing both sides by 2, I get x is equal to 14. That's it. Ta-da. Check? You check. I'm not going to check. I'm tired. Anything else? Practice. I can do all day long. I can make this lecture 3 hours long. Okay? You know, you'll understand every time I do the problem. The problem is, can you do it yourself, like alone? So you need to practice. Okay? All right. Let's take 10 minutes break. Come back at 9:58. Okay. Just gonna pause this. I'm not gonna pause. I'm gonna stop actually. Hold on. That's the first part.